Hey, I feel like
This isn't our set.
this is Amy's set. Have you seen her show?
Yes.
It's terrible.
You think she's gonna get mad?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, babe. Yeah, no, I'm just at the store, guys. Yeah, no, you're missing it. Cadillac margaritas. What? No. Butthurt, no. They cannot have my set. No way, no. I do not, no. They can't use my chairs. No, it's my set. I've been doing my political interviews all week. I really don't want, no, I don't want either Chase or James in my chair. Mayor Garcia is going to be there? All right, no, he can sit in my chair, but nobody else can sit in my chair. You better tell those guys to stay the f***.
What do you think, Mayor Garcia?
Special guest, Mayor Garcia.
I am so not butthurt for being here today.
Hey,
Thank you for
man.
inviting me. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here.
She'll be happy that you guys are in her spot.
It was such a surprise, such a welcome surprise.
So it was for me.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy being here.
This is you're our first guest, and
The honorable first guest of Butthurt Owens Valley,
we
Mayor
should probably
Garcia.
try to start it like normal, right? I am James Truhls.
I am Chase Little.
Hey,
Welcome, Butthead.
Yee!
Make sure to check out our shop, BHOV.easternsierranow.com. You can contact us on there. You can write suggestions. This episode is brought to you by Paradox Fitness.
Paradox Fitness.
I don't have my piece of paper in front of me, so I can't tell you about all the cool things they do, but I guess it's a bunch.
It's dope.
Oh, you go there.
I go there.
Oh,
It's super fun. You might catch me sometime pumping some iron. I do mostly cardio though. Mostly.
Well, we are honored to have Mayor Garcia here. Thank you.
Do you go to any gym?
It is my pleasure. Not lately.
Not lately.
Have to been dealing with
You look
knee
great.
issues and things like that.
Sure.
But for 10 years, I did 28 half marathons and 6 full marathons.
You're kidding me.
No kidding.
6 fulls.
6 fulls.
That's impressive. I have a friend who runs marathons she's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mary Kate. That is astonishing. 26 point something miles?
26.2.
0.2 miles.
Yes. Half is 13.1.
Wow.
Yes. It's awesome.
That is so crazy.
Yes.
I've never gone into running, man. I just hurts my knees.
You know
You gotta-
I run from running.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Oh man. So, I do have some questions to get to, but this is Butthurt Owens Valley, so we should probably jump at that, yeah?
Actually, I heard that you already had the displeasure of being on Amy's show earlier this week. Is that
I
true?
did. I loved it.
Well, yeah, it's a great show.
Yes, yeah. It was a little bit of a torture,
She
but
says about you being in her chair.
Oh gosh, she's gonna love that I'm in her chair. Of all people,
she's
she
gonna
probably said no.
disinfect it and everything. Send it to be professionally
I know
steam
people
clean.
who can clean carpets, so
Oh, there you go. It'll be in house.
yep, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know that there's a Butthurt that you can read.
I have a few.
Do we want to
actually.
start with that one?
Let's start with that one.
Which one is it? Do I know about it?
I think I know which one he's talking
I'm
about.
pretty sure that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the one that is actually about you.
Mr. Garcia.
About Mr.
Mr.
Garcia.
Garcia.
About Mr. Garcia.
That's
About
right, Mr. Garcia.
Yes.
Okay, let's do. So, Democrats, stay off my property. And Mr. Garcia, you'll never have my vote. Don't forget about the businesses that were shut down during COVID, especially those who were city council members. Still frustrated. Butthurt, Owens Valley.
How does that make you feel?
I'm happy. I was listed in
Right.
one of these posts.
Right.
Yes.
Right. It
There's
did.
no good, bad publicity.
It
No,
got
not at
some
all.
Traction,
Oh,
I'll tell
yes.
you that. It definitely got some traction.
To be honest, I didn't even know who you were until I read that.
Oh, well, there you go. Now you see, it's good publicity. Yes. How long you been in Bishop for?
Me?
Entire life.
I was born here. Yeah.
Okay.
Where are you from originally? Where would you grow up?
I was born and raised in Mexico City,
Oh, okay.
but I came to Bishop in 1989.
Okay.
and it stays.
18.
No, 1989.
1989. Okay.
Yes.
That was a great year.
I'll bet you two guys $5 with 3 guesses each. You can't come up with what he did before he moved here.
In Mexico City.
Yes.
He was a car thief.
Clearly.
Besides that,
Oh, okay. That was just a side gig.
yeah.
You were. What did you do? I'm trying to
A
think.
wrestler. What is it? Luchador wrestler.
Were you
Is
a
that what it?
luchador?
That's right, huh?
You were no luchador.
But I used to live, growing up, at a apartment right behind the biggest arena for wrestling in Mexico City.
Oh wow.
We used to climb up to the roof and be able to watch through the windows the matches.
That
Once
is
a week.
Awesome.
Yeah, during the weekend.
So Mexico City, the elevation out there is like 10,000 something feet.
It is close to between 8 and 9,000.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I definitely know that a lot of people I've known that've been there, they don't realize what the elevation is.
It's
right?
pretty high.
The sun gets you. You're obviously
Yes.
a little bit deprived of oxygen. They're like, it's a chore to be around that town.
Especially with so much traffic and pollution.
But
So,
then,
yeah,
like,
it is.
when people play baseball down there, you hit home runs for days up there. Right?
Yes, you do.
Because the highest stadium I'm a big fan of baseball.
Okay.
Dodger fan through and through. But when they go to like Denver to play the Rockies, like home runs fly out of that place because the air's so thin.
10,
Right?
yes.
Look at the big brain on James, man. Know all this stuff about Mexico City.
See how you diverted that question? What did I do before I came to B.H.O.V? So he went into baseball.
Yes.
Yeah,
well,
pretty smart.
I was gonna ask if you like did anything in professional sports because I know baseball's huge there.
He was clearly a firefighter.
No.
No, I guessed 3 times.
Dentist.
Yes.
You were a dentist.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Good job, brother.
Man, oh, man. Yeah, that's what's up.
That's
You kind of look like a
And then
dentist.
1989 came to Bishop from Mexico City. What
Yes.
made you decide to land here?
I had some relatives here in Bishop that
Okay.
in the mid 80s were coming to Bishop. I guess they ended up in Bishop because since the late 70s, early 80s, a lot of people from a small, very, very small village in Mexico, they come to Memat Lakes during the winters.
Sure.
And they knew about this area. And my relatives knew some that lived in Memat at the time, but they stayed here in Bishop. So I knew a couple of relatives that were here in Bishop. So I came to visit them, and here I am.
And here you are, coming from a massive metropolis.
Yes.
So I know about Mexico City, and this is like one of my most favorite movies is Total Recall. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Old school.
Yeah.
Shot mostly in Mexico City.
Yes.
Total recall.
Yeah.
It's not a tumor.
You're kind of close right there, but you need to be a little bit more.
I'll be back.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
That's really good.
So like
This is better.
there's scenes, in the subway and like when they're going up these stairs and there's just these massive, huge concrete structures. Mm-hmm. And I was always fascinated, like, where is this? Because my dad being Rick Truhls of Truhls Concrete, I was birthed into concrete. You know, I that's was a part of my life forever. So it was just so fascinating to look at those structures and then find out it was Mexico City. I'm like, the engineering that went into that stuff, it's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, it's a type of construction in Mexico, everywhere, construction, rebar, block.
Yeah.
You only see wood framing constructions south of the border, like in Tijuana. You see some.
What's the geological activity up there? Lots of earthquakes, so they're doing like
big time.
right?
Yes,
and that's
yes.
what I thought.
Oh yeah.
So that they're protecting, everything has to be to code, which I'm sure is.
Yeah, you know
gnarly.
how people are in LA, that San Andreas Fault
Right.
and all of that. So Mexico
Similar.
City and Los Angeles are about the same.
Yeah.
Big faults going
And that
through.
a lot of people don't realize like how diverse Mexico City is.
People don't realize how diverse the U.S. is.
That's very true.
In Mexico, you find people from all over the world.
That's-
Even
that's-
Americans are in Mexico.
That speak fluent Spanish.
Yes.
So there's Chinese culture, there's Japanese, there's Germans,
Black African Americans.
African Americans
Yes.
that speak just perfect Spanish.
Yes.
It's
By
really
the
wild.
way, in Mexico, we don't say African American, we say black people.
I think that's
They say the blacks, That's how they say it. That's my best Trump impersonation.
That's a horrible Trump impersonation.
How would you do
Hand
it?
gesture was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, blacks. How would you do it?
Well, you have to get his mouth right first. Huge.
Yeah. Something like that.
You have to.
You're getting it. Yeah.
That's pretty close.
No, yeah. Mexico is a very diverse country, so
That's
it's
pretty
awesome.
neat.
Yeah.
So I did come up with a couple questions that I wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
So can you provide an overview of the current state of our town and its major challenges and what we're going to do to overcome them?
The state of a city is awesome.
Right.
We have not only a beautiful city, but a city that is thriving in every single way. And I'd like to start by acknowledging the staff that we have working at City Hall.
Oh, sure.
Everyone. We have about 60, 70 full-time employees. That's it. We don't have a lot of employees.
Wow.
We have about 20 or so part-time, and during the summer we get about 40 seasonal employees
Sure.
to run the park, the
Sure.
swimming pool.
Sure.
But we don't have a lot of employees.
Right.
And over the last 2-3 years, we have hired basically every department head. From the city administrator,
Sure.
Deston Deschamps.
Yep.
He used to be the public works director.
Yes, he did.
And then he moved into city administrator.
Sure.
Then we needed to replace his position. We were able to hire Nora Gamino, who is now the director, came from Forest Service.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Then we needed to hire a new chief of police. Because,
Yes.
yes. The other one give 2-week notice.
Right.
So we make some phone calls. We get able to get a hold of Nate there.
Yeah.
from the
Shout out to
county.
Nate. What up?
Yeah.
Yes. And awesome move. He is enjoying being our police chief, grown and live here in B.H.O.V.
Yeah.
His family is
Yep.
here in B.H.O.V.
Yep.
Then fire chief. We needed to hire a new one. And we were able to find one with the experience we needed, with
Right.
the volunteer and hybrid fire department. Hybrid, part volunteer firefighters, part full-time firefighters.
How many full times?
Well, here we only have one.
Him.
Actually, him. And to the assistant,
Sure.
she is a firefighter as
Okay.
well.
Right.
So, but the rest is volunteers,
Right.
firefighters here in
Yes,
Bishop. So
yes.
the department that he came from, it was like that. So he comes with the experience we need to
Right.
run our department.
Right.
And also he can dance, as we found him
Both
and
of
the
them.
police chief. Yeah, we found
Super
that they
good.
both dance
Yeah.
really well.
But you know what the beauty about that is that it shows that they get along, that they work together well,
Yeah.
that they're having fun,
Right.
and they're supporting each other.
Right.
I don't remember the police chief being at the Derby, having fun, or supporting the fire department during the Derby.
That's a really weird thing about like emergency services is like the segregation in between police and fire everywhere. It seems like it's like oil and water. They just don't really get along.
Probably.
For a weird reason.
There's got to be reasons. I don't know.
I don't know.
But
Yeah.
seeing both of those guys over there, it made me so happy.
Right.
And I mentioned it during the following council meeting.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed that, and I make sure to tell them that is the theme that we have right now.
And the humility that it showed.
Yeah.
They just, you know what I mean? They got out there. They didn't make a fool of themselves, but they weren't the best dancers in the world. Like nobody, I mean, I'm not a good dancer. I don't know if you've ever seen me cut a rug, but it's not pretty.
No, and they put him up to the challenge, and they said, okay, let's go for it.
Sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
So, like I said, we have new department heads over the last couple of years, but everybody, I mean, every single employee at the city, they do it because they care about the city.
Right.
They love the city.
Yes.
And they work the hours that is needed.
Yes.
So we try to do whatever we can to take care of our employees.
For sure.
Yes, so that's our job. So if we have that team, the city, it's in good place, it's in good hands, and we residents can rest assured that we're going to have drinking water at home,
Right.
that the sewer is going to work,
Right.
that our streets are going to be clean,
And they are.
and they are, and that we have a damn good police department and
Yes,
fire
and
department,
fire department.
that they're going to respond when we need them.
I have
Yeah.
a lot of friends that come in out of town, and they're always shocked how clean Bishop is.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
we have a street sweeper, and they're like, a what? I'm like, street sweeper. They clean the gutters and like get the leaves out, and all those guys in the city. I know all those dudes, and I know how hard they work. So
I
really
am very
appreciate it.
proud of the work that every staff member does. I'm very thankful, and I think we have a beautiful city
For sure.
because of them, and we are in really good hands.
Sure.
So, let me ask you this: I'm sure there's a lot of people that watch our show, and I'm actually one of these people too. That I don't know a lot about the politics that go on in this city. I've grown up here my entire life, but so can you give us like a snapshot of like how many city council members are there? How often do they come up for re-election? How you go from city council member to mayor and just things like that. Could you give us a rundown on how that works?
Of course, I can do that. Thank you. Good question. So we have 5 city council members,
Okay.
and we alternate on election. On 1 year, we elect 2 council members, which is 2 years ago. In 2022,
Yep.
Okay.
we elected 2. And this year, 2024, we are electing 3 council members. Now remember, we are at large city, meaning we are not divided by districts. So during an election, the top 2 or the top 3 candidates, the ones that get the most votes, are the ones that are elected.
Okay.
So this year we have 6 candidates for 3 seats.
Okay.
The 3 with the most votes are elected.
Okay.
Now, how do you become a mayor? For the grace of God.
I want to know this personally.
Okay. It's very easy. There is a protocol in place that tells us who is next on the line. Like,
It's like a succession kind of thing.
it kind of thing, yes.
Okay.
It is by seniority. It is by how long you've been on city council.
Okay.
And who gets the most votes during the election.
Oh, wow.
So that's how it is determined who is next.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the privilege and the honor of being the mayor this year. And last December I got elected, but we also elected the mayor pro tem, which means you're next. Karen Kong.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
It's our mayor pro tem this year,
Yeah.
2024,
Yeah.
which means if she is reelected council member this November,
She's going to be mayor.
she becomes our mayor next year.
Okay.
If she doesn't get reelected, who becomes mayor?
I have to go back to the book and,
Okay.
and look at check all the boxes and
Sure.
see.
Got you, okay.
Yes, that's how it is. So, and then we use the same procedure
Sure.
to determine who is the mayor pro tem
Okay.
for the next year.
For the proceeding. And it's a 2-year term, right?
1 year.
1-year term.
Well, 1 year, okay, city council is 4-year term.
Yes.
Mayor pro tem is 1 year.
Okay.
Mayor is 1 year.
Okay.
Yes.
So we get fresh.
Yes.
We get fresh meat all the time.
Yes.
Do you think that's a good thing? Because
Or would it be better to hold a separate election by the people for a mayor? What in your opinion, what do you think?
like my fear is like it's similar to like the politics of like president, and they just go back and forth and counterintuitively. I don't like his programs, I take him away. I hate his programs, I'm taking him away. Is that something that you guys face as being a 1-year mayor?
No, but I think the city of Bishop is too small to elect a mayor separately,
Sure.
and it'll be more expensive. And that's the type of government that the city of Bishop is.
In that you basically already have the votes casted in the previous election, right? Because that's determining who is going to be the, what did you call it, the pro tem mayor?
Yes, mayor pro tem.
Sure.
Yes. Is it better? Is it worse? I don't think it is. It's neither one of them. It's just different.
Sure.
I think being on council, 1 term, it's not enough to accomplish something. I mean, you can accomplish a lot of things, but to see a project going from talking about it
Right.
to planning to get it
To fruition,
done to
right,
fruition,
yeah.
it takes more than 4 years. Sometimes some projects, some take decades.
You're in construction. I have been in construction. We
Yeah.
know how long it takes to get things done.
Yeah.
So my goal was always, even before running 4 years ago, I would love to do this at least 2 terms.
For sure.
So because I would like to see something, accomplish something.
Right.
And there is a project that I thought about it during my first year on council, and it's still in the.
It's out in the ether still. You have to pull it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's going to take at least 2 to 4 more years to go to fruition.
Sure.
So it just takes time, and 1 year it's not enough being as mayor, but it is the way it is. Should it be changed? I don't know.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I feel what you're saying is just what it is.
Yeah,
it would be nice if it was 2 years.
I think you will get to enjoy it more and be able to do more.
For sure.
Yes.
So what's the main responsibilities / job difference between being a city council member and being the mayor for that 1 year? What different responsibilities, things like that?
The main responsibility or job or my power is to represent the city.
Yeah.
I have no powers.
Right.
I cannot decide or do anything on my own.
It's a council vote.
It's a council vote, exactly. Right. It's majority.
Right.
But I am the face. I am called the mayor, of course. So anytime anybody from the outside, or whether it's a representative elected official or not, they would want to talk to the administrator and or the mayor.
Sure.
So I get to talk to a lot of people. I get to make a lot of phone calls, answer a lot of phone calls, and emails, and be at a lot of events representing the city, being the face, smiling.
Like us here right now.
Exactly. So it's something that I'm enjoying very much.
That's rad.
That's cool.
So the major challenges that we face here, what do you think is some of the biggest challenges that Bishop faces?
Of course, we have the ones that come with Bishop's history. The way the city of Bishop was incorporated and created, which is landlocked.
Right.
Yes, and we have limited water resources.
Right.
And our economy is limited because of the land.
Right.
And
it's not like we can just throw an in and out here, and you know what I mean?
Exactly. No. Or build a 20-story building.
Or even a truck stop. That's all landlocked.
It's so difficult even to build a truck stop.
Right.
Yes.
And this being where Highway 6 starts, it seems like right behind the Y Road where the Shell is, should be a giant Shell or a Mavericks or something like that.
We are waiting for the person that comes that says, I have the money, I want to do it.
Right.
And negotiate the
lease with DWP.
With DWP,
Sure.
with the county, with whoever.
Sure.
Not with the city because we don't have any land for that, but with these partners and have that truck stop, of course.
Right.
So economic diversity is a huge challenge because our economy is based on tourism, which we have how many hotels, how many restaurants we have?
Right.
Yes, and that's because of that. Other than that, we have government jobs, Caltrans, DWP.
Yep, Edison, stuff like
Edison, the hospital.
Local city.
Yes, other than that, it's just like I said, restaurants and hotels and people driving to Memat or other places. So.
And that's what it's. I mean, we are a tourist-based economy.
That's a huge challenge for us.
Probably makes it fairly unique.
In a lot of ways, good and bad. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any question?
I don't have any right now. No, you read your next one.
Actually,
let's have Mayor Garcia read another Butthurt.
Let's read another one.
Yeah.
Let me read you a fun one, and let's talk about the story of this one. This one is in my phone because one day my daughter sent it to me, and Dad said, and when my daughter Michelle sent it to me, Dad, do you know what Butthurt is? It's like, that are you social media savvy?
Sure.
Kind of thing. That's okay. I love my daughter. So not butthurt when I go out in public and people see my B.H.O.V. sticker and they introduce themselves. Also, the mayor, Mr. Garcia, loves B.H.O.V. Keep speaking. He's listening.
I think you are.
I do.
Do you watch our show regularly?
Not regularly, but I do watch it sometimes,
That's
and
awesome,
I go sometimes to the Facebook and I see
Sure.
the Butthurt people,
Sure.
what people post, and I do listen.
That just tickles me to death, bro.
No, I mean, if I don't
Your
listen,
hands to yourself.
Like for this to be, it fell in my lap. I don't know if you've watched the how BHOV has began. It came from a duplicate of a small town in Indiana, and it was pretty much a burner page, right? And then the person who started it, they were way up in the company they work for. Administration said, hey, you can't really be associated with that. It's kind of gnarly. It was up in the air. I was a member at that time. There was 600 members. We now have 6,357.
Oh, wow.
I think, unless there's a couple more that have recently been approved. So for it to come from that to where I'm sitting next to the mayor and doing an interview, it's very surreal.
It is my honor being here, really. I mean, I never imagined that I was going to be here talking to you guys, or that I was going to be invited to come and talk to you guys.
Yes.
When
We were waiting,
when Jesse said, "Can you come? Would you like to?" I said, "Hell yes!"
Yeah, hell yes.
Yes.
And we were waiting for the first guest. We kind of wanted to make somewhat of a splash with it.
Well, thank you.
And
it means a lot to me.
You are, I mean, it was perfect timing, man. Super happy to have you.
Love it. And talking about the origins of the group, so I've been on council for years, and I was on the planning commission for 7 years. So it's been at least 8 to 10 years that I met Chastity.
Yeah.
One of the original members of the group.
Yep.
And she's awesome. When I met her, we had a very nice introduction about her business on Main Street, and we respect each other. We are nice to each other, and it's just what it is about. It's about being nice to each other.
I seen her today, and she's a very big fan of you.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. She was like, "Oh, the mayor," and I was like, "I'm having him on the podcast tonight."
Yeah.
And she was like, "What?" You got to tune in because he is here.
Yes, he is here.
And I'm happy to be here.
I'm glad.
You got a question?
I don't.
You don't. I
Nope.
do. So, what initiatives and or projects are you most excited about for the future of our town?
We have a few projects going on at the city right now. One of them is a parking study that we are doing. It became a 12 to 14-month study.
Okay.
That's how long things
That's extensive.
take. How long things take in government to be done. A study is not a week or a month.
Sure.
It's got to be 14 months.
That's
to study.
wild.
Yeah, because we needed to know what are our parking needs.
That's like three-quarters of a baby.
Throughout the year, right? Because we have different demands or needs during every season, in the winter, the spring, summer, fall. So we contracted with a company that has come already 3 times to do parking counts.
Sure.
So they go throughout the city and they count how many vehicles are parked everywhere on the street, in our parking lots, and they are collecting all that data to tell us, okay, this is the need, this is the demands, this is how many parking spaces you have available on the street, in your parking lots, and that is going to tell us, okay, at the end of the study, what can we do to make sure that while we plan the city to be in the next 5, 10, 20 years with more residential units, we got to make sure that we have enough parking.
For sure.
And that we have ways to ensure that we have parking. We own some parking lots. The city of B.H.O.V. has some own parking lots. And the study also is going to tell us, okay, keep it as parking lot or use it to build housing or use it to build a new fire department or new city hall. So we are including a study of our city-owned properties to make sure we use the best of these properties.
There was rumors floating around last election cycle about possibly moving City Hall into the parking lot behind City Hall, north side.
North side. That's a good idea, that I think.
New buildings, better.
Yes, and having a mix of offices, commercial at the bottom, and residential on top.
Oh, wow.
Having like a big plaza with a sitting and park space and all of that. It takes a lot of money. $50 million to do that we don't have. So,
well, if I win that Powerball and I get 800,
hey, me too.
50 million is not going to be too much of a contribution for me. I would throw it at you quick.
Me too. Yes,
because I believe in Bishop, baby.
Oh yeah. So that's one of the projects that we have right now. We have to replace the main water line from Home Street to Main Street on West Line.
Oh, wow.
On West Line Street.
Wow.
And that's a project that we are going to do in the next 12 months.
Okay.
Before Caltrans does the paving project on Line Street.
Right.
So that's a couple of $1 million that we need to come up with. And then a long-term project in the next 5 to 15 years, we need to build a new sewer plant.
Oh, wow.
So it takes that long.
For sure.
And very expensive. Just the study, just the design, it is close to $5 million. And the actual build of the plant is going to depend on the plant that is decided to build during that planning process and design process.
Right.
And it's going to depend on how clean we want the water to be at the end of the
it's got to be
cleaning
the
cycle.
I don't know if you know this about Bishop, California, but it's world renowned of having some of the best tap water.
Oh, it is.
It is.
Yes.
It's delicious.
A lot of the people that come visit me, they're shocked when I give them tap water. I say, sorry, I don't have any bottled water at home.
Crystal Geyser comes out of our faucet.
Exactly. And you pay for it.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So that's and the actual sewer plant is going to be in the range of tens of millions of dollars. Like I said, depending on the design. In average, it's going to cost about $30 million.
And forecasting on the future of Bishop, the airport expansion, to me, it seems like it's just going to be bigger and bigger, more accommodating to more travel, more tourists. Is there anything in the works of doing something with Line Street East just to...
There is. We can't make it wider, because, or at least not within the city limits, because of the buildings that we have on the side of the street. And past the canal, it's county and DWP.
Right.
But we are replacing the bridge on the canal, on East Line Street.
Wow.
So that's another project that we're working on. We just approved the rail and one more thing. On this design, to finalize the design of the bridge.
Of the bridge.
And in the next couple of years, we are going to be replacing the bridge, which is going to require that we most likely are going to have to close the street for a couple of weeks.
Right. And I know when they did when the county was doing it down there by Buckley Ponds, they shut that road down completely. It's not a high-traveled road down there, right?
No,
but
it's not.
The need to get to the airport, obviously there's going to be a temporary bridge or something in effect.
We'll see. We don't know exactly if it's going to be a temporary bridge or a way around.
Detour. A
detour, yes. I mean, we just, they should be done by now with the work on North 395 by Sonora Pass. That they completely shut down 395.
Yes, it was needed.
A detour, because it's needed,
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
So,
you got any butt hurts, Bob?
I have a question about, we were talking about the economy, how it works here and everything. Is there anything that the city is doing or even can do about the giant buildings that are vacant, like, obviously
just the Kmart
buildings? Yeah. Is there anything
that the city can do?
Do they have anything they can do, or are they working on anything? Can you even say? If you can't say, blink twice.
And if I blink 20 times, no, okay. There is something the city can do, and we are doing it.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you
it's not that
we.
I'm not going to say that there is nothing the city can do. No, there is.
Okay.
Like I said, we are doing it. So we have 2 empty Kmart buildings.
Right.
The oldest one on Main Street, I can say that there is a developer that is very interested in that property.
Awesome.
And there, I got an update recently that I am not able to share. I'm dying to share it because it's very exciting.
I can see the look
but
on
I
your
can't.
face.
I can't.
Butthurt exclusive.
But I can tell you, yes, Butthurt exclusive.
What
but
if you said it and then we just bleeped it out.
No.
No, sorry.
What?
Because we would know. First of all,
He winks with his left eye, it's true. In his right eye, it's not true.
One of my...
can we guess?
You can get, you can try.
What do you think's going?
I think it's going to be an In-N-Out inside of a Tractor Supply inside of a Walmart.
In the old Kmart building.
In the old Kmart building.
Inside of these grocery store buildings that they're saying.
Inside of a Bass
this,
Pro.
Bass Pro Shop?
No.
Yeah,
It's
Bass
going to
Pro
be a
Shop.
Cabela's. No, what I've always thought there, and it would definitely take a hit on some of the other local businesses, but I just see a giant empty building and I'm like, family center. You can bowling alleys, theater, you can fit a go-kart track, you can fit all of those things inside that building, have it protected, climate controlled.
Bishop needs a venue bad.
Year-round.
A place for
Oh,
bands,
we
a place
do.
for plays,
We
a
do.
place for- yeah.
And I can say this, that the Bishop Paiute tribe was very interested in doing that.
The
A
Paiute
community
tribe, is that
center
what you said?
Was, yes, the
okay.
reservation. They were very interested in doing that, but they were not able to come out with the funding because they have other priorities and because the people voted on doing one thing and not another.
Right.
So, but yeah, we need that that recreation center, and that's an ideal place.
Yeah.
We have had a couple of city council meetings where we have provided short updates on what are the problems with that property. And one is that the Albertson Bonds Corporation, they have control of the lease. I believe it's renewed every 5 years.
Right.
And they have the right to renew it for the next 40 years.
Right.
And anyone wanting to buy that property must sign a document stating that they will never have a grocery store there, so they are not competing with them. And that's a problem.
I don't know if you know this, but it is a huge problem. And the number 1 and 2 grossing stores that Albertsons owns, Mammoth
and Bishop.
Yep.
Yes, Mammoth's number 1, Bishop's number 2.
Wild.
Oh, yeah, I know that. It's
disgusting.
disgusting.
It's sickening.
Yes, it's sickening.
Yes.
And that's the control these corporations have. And we're not unique. They do that everywhere. They have those type of controls on their properties they lease. However, like I said, this person that has an interest in that property is not planning on having a grocery store there.
That's right.
So I hope really that in the next 5 years we have something else in there instead
manifest
of
it.
that ugly building.
Right.
Yeah. It is an ugly building. Hopefully they can dress it up a little
Yes.
bit.
They keep that parking lot pretty.
Yeah.
They
that
keep
you
those
can't
cinder
park in.
blocks up.
Yeah.
Dude, those cinder blocks went up because of me and my friends. I guarantee it, and probably your friends too. Dude,
well, no,
hanging out in the parking lot, you didn't do that?
It was open when I was a kid, Doc. You got to remember.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
old.
it was when I was in high school. It was already an empty building.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
So what we do is anytime anybody is interested in learning about those properties and what the state are and what the city can do and cannot do, what are the city needs, challenges, we talk to them, we meet them. This individual particularly, it's called me on weekends. We met with him and his partners a few times already.
Exciting. How exciting.
So we do everything we can to sell Bishop. So
It's so unique, right? It's got to be a fairly easy sell.
It is, but we're very unique, like we know. So we're small. We're too small for In-N-Out. We're too small for
I really don't
many
think so.
of those chains.
Just because of, the tourism going to Mammoth is bananas.
But
And the
it's
last
not
In-N-Out
every
you
day.
yeah, you're right. It's not Wednesday, it's not Thursday, but it's
No.
every other day. And the last one that you can get is in Lancaster, and just the amount of people coming from the surrounding area, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the surrounding area we have something close to 20,000 people, if you're including Big Pine, if you're including Paradise, Chalfont.
Close. Few numbers. City Bishop is 3,894, more or less, according to the latest
tiny.
U.S. Census. It's tiny.
Tiny.
But outside the city, just West Bishop, and the greater Bishop area,
Right.
you
Hamel,
have at least 10 to 12,000.
Paradise,
Yeah.
10 to 12. Okay.
Yeah, including all of them.
Sure.
All the 93 514 people,
Yep.
it's about 10 to 12,000.
Okay.
So including the reservation, which they are about 2,000.
Sure.
So, and that's at least 11 to 15 million, thousand people
Right.
of the 18,000 that we live within the county.
Oh, okay.
So we are the
County's
county
only
of Egypt.
18,000?
It's not even 20,000 people.
Crazy.
Yeah,
It is crazy.
Inyo County is the second largest county in California and least populated, right?
It's
Currently,
the one with one of the lowest population density, with
Right.
less than one person per either a square mile or a square kilometer, one of the two.
Yeah.
But it's less than one person. So yeah,
Yeah.
very few people live in Inyo County.
Yeah, no, and Riverside County is the only county that's bigger, and it's
Yeah.
not even bigger by that much either. And there's way more people that live in
Way
that
more,
county.
yes. Yeah.
So as far as like getting, is there any way that you would suggest for people who want to be active in the community? Is there a route that you would be able to, attend these fundraisers, these events?
Or are you more of a protest and riot type guy?
Everything. Whatever works.
Molotov cocktails.
Why not?
Yeah, tipping over cars.
I think we have to show interest.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't, people ask me, why are you there? Because I want to be. I'm the first Hispanic city council and mayor in 121 years of history of
Congratulations,
the city of
dude.
Bishop. Thank you. And a lot
That's
of people,
rad.
a lot of people call me a lot of things, not so nice.
Me too.
Because
I get called a lot of things
Because,
too.
You call it stuff?
Yeah, you-
No.
yeah, he just said that. You just
I
said
did
that.
say that. I did. People call me a lot of things too.
Because I am what I am doing what I'm doing, but I do it because I care, because of my love for this community, for the city, because my children were born here,
Sure.
and some of them live here, some of them don't, but I love this place.
And the Chicano population here in Bishop, it's pretty high.
Hispanic
Yes.
or Latino,
Yeah.
within the city of Bishop,
Yeah.
30% of the people
30.
is Hispanic.
That's
yes.
crazy.
Actually, that fair thing that what was that?
Saturday
night, dude. It was crazy.
It was crazy.
One of the bands that played there needed a drum set, and they asked if they could borrow mine. And I said, yeah, sure.
Oh, you
went and
you
dropped
did
it
it.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, I went and dropped it off, and then when I went to pick it up, it was just like,
Cranking.
dude, the
I heard
amount of
great
people
things.
that were there, it was nuts. It was like one of the craziest block parties I've seen in Bishop like ever.
It's been the one with the most attendance ever in the city of Bishop's
Yeah.
history.
Yeah,
I mean, you
All those
you
Friday
go-
fair things, it put those to shame. There was like
They
there was
did.
like triple,
They
maybe
did.
quadruple the
So
amount of
dope.
people.
That's so
I
good
think
to hear, man.
only the fair, the Tri-County Fair and the Mule Days have attract
larger.
more people,
Yeah.
thousands, yes. But any other Friday night market or any other type of
Farmers,
event,
yeah.
this last Saturday it was
Blew it away.
Yeah.
Right out of the water, bro. Like I was just trying to get in there to get my drum set picked up off the stage. I was like,
It
what
even
is
exceeded
going
my
on? There's a sea of
expectations.
people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a regular thing?
I hope so.
Me too.
I will do
I talked to
my
one of the
best
guys
to-
that helped put it on, and I was like, "You guys got to do this more often." He said, "We're definitely going to talk about it now because they didn't know what the turnout was going to be." You know,
I didn't know either. I'm Hispanic, and I'm the one that was leading the effort in organizing. Not the only one. So this was not the mayor's event. This is the city of Bishop's
Correct.
event. But I was part of the committee putting it together, and this is the second time we did it. Last year, first time ever in Bishop doing this type of event for the Hispanic community, we had only like 30 or 40 people. That's it. Last Saturday, we had between 600 and 700 people.
That's radical.
it was wild. Dude.
That
It
is
was.
radical.
Yes, excited.
Now, would you say that you being Hispanic, you're Mexican, right? Would you say you prefer like Latinos or the whites?
The whites?
The whites, yeah. Like you,
What are you
if
talking
you had
about?
to grade them on a scale of 1 to 10, never mind.
I thought you were
man.
going to say girls, white or Hispanic girls. But no.
No, just like as a people, you know.
No. I love people. Let me say this.
The whites.
Let me say this.
Jesus, man.
I am proud to be Mexican 100%, but I'm also proud to be an American 100%.
That's right.
I am both.
Man,
Yes, you are.
such a great answer.
I came into this country
Politicians.
not.
How did you even stumble onto politics, man?
I don't
Oh,
call
that's
it
a great
politics
question.
to begin with. But for me, it's not for politics. For me, it's public service. It's giving back to my community.
Sure.
And it's in my genes. Starting from my grandfather, my father, and I have relatives. I have a cousin in the city of Somerton, Arizona, who is a council member as well.
Oh, rad.
Yes. I have another cousin in the city of Oxnard, who was the executive director for a non-for-profit organization for Hispanic students.
Okay.
Future Leaders of America is the name of the organization, and she should be a Ventura County board of supervisor or something bigger.
Something bigger.
That's how smart she, and that's how much people she knows.
Sure.
But she chooses to be a mom. And
That's
I
It's
beautiful.
like a
said-
family trait.
That's
and
beautiful.
I said, I respect that. I said,
Yeah,
I
you
support
gotta.
that. Yes. So, no, I came into Bishop not knowing that I was going to be here 30 years later. But when I decided to stay here and became a U.S. citizen, and even before becoming a U.S. citizen, some local Superior Court judge, my friend, not because I was in court, but my friend, I have to make sure I clear that.
You cleaned his teeth, huh?
No.
I'm just kidding.
He stole his car.
He asked me, Jose, why aren't you on city council? And I said, well, I don't know. I didn't think about it. But that led me to think about, why am I not there?
Right.
Do I want to be there?
Sure.
And I spent 7 years of my life preparing to be on city council, studying and making sure that I was ready.
Really?
Yes, I did it.
That's
From 2013
dedication, bro.
to 2020. I spent 7 years on the City of Bishop Planning Commission. And in that time, I also was on the Bishop Area Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors. And I took the Chamber's leadership, Essential Leadership Academy that they put together the last time they did. So I learned so much more about the community that I love. And in 2020, I filed the paperwork, and I was blessed with the people's vote and got elected.
That's dope.
So,
My
yeah.
mom was on the planning commission, I think,
Really?
around that same time period. Yeah,
Who's your mom?
Cindy Warrenbrock.
I do not remember the name. but
Maybe she was on before that.
maybe before, yes.
Yeah, maybe it was earlier, 2011,
Yeah.
maybe 2012, somewhere around there.
So to go back to your question, as long as I apply my philosophy, and that is to treat people the way I want to be treated. So I treat everyone with dignity and respect.
Right.
And that's it.
You kind of answered my next question that I was going to throw at you off of this.
What was that?
Moving past politics, moving past religion, what do you think we can do to unite our community just to be, we already have a great community.
We do.
A lot of people are really friendly. Do you think there's any sort of events or a way that we can unite even deeper so there is less segregation in this very cultural, diverse community that is Bishop?
I think we have to keep that in mind, to welcome everyone, regardless of what their color of their skin is,
Right.
or where they come from, or what are the political views or religion views. We're all the same. Our blood is red. No, doesn't matter what color your skin is.
Right.
And if we treat everyone with dignity and respect. One of the things that motivated me to do everything that I have done over the last 35 years and to be where I am today is that when I came to Bishop, knowing 2 people in this town, my relatives,
Okay.
I met so many people that made me feel welcome, that helped me. That if I needed a car,
I love Bishop for
they
that.
say, here
Yeah.
are the keys to my car.
Yeah.
Go anywhere
Right.
you need to go.
I think that's
if I
one of the
needed
most unique things
to
about
apply for a
Bishop.
job, I had a friend going with me to the interview because I didn't know a word of English at the time.
Oh, wow.
And I needed an interpreter to get a job.
Wow.
What was your first job when you got
I
here?
was here by myself, wasn't married or anything. So people made me feel welcome during Christmas, Thanksgiving, at dinners at their house, and then with my family. So we have such a unique community that we are united, that we are nice to each other. We just need to keep doing that.
That's right.
And don't list. We need to not apply locally what we see at the state or nationwide divisiveness that is going on, especially every election year.
It's so gross.
It is bad. So here in B.H.O.V, we don't eat any cats or dogs. We go to the store and we buy chicken, fish,
right.
and
But we
beef.
don't let Democrats on our property.
We don't either. We don't.
Yeah,
So-
that's a must, really. I mean, the last time one came on my property, the grass turned brown.
Get out.
Right
of
where
town.
they were, like footprints, man. Right where they were walking.
It's like the Wicked Witch of the East walked on your lawn.
Yeah, man. Those Democrats, they just burn holes in the ground.
It was fire coming out of the feet.
Yeah.
No, we have one of the greatest communities here in Bishop, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to stay. I'll give my children the life here that to me, they deserve it.
Right.
A life they couldn't have in Mexico. And they love Bishop, and just like we all do. So,
It's great. I got it tattooed on my arm.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was one more question? What was your first job when you got here?
My very first job, let me think.
'Cause you were a dentist, and then
Yes, I think my very first job was at the laundry on West Line Street, over where next to the old Exxon. Was it Exxon gas station?
where Giggles
Giggle Springs
is now.
Yes. Well, the place that it was before.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
On the north side of West Line. And right next to it, there was a huge laundromat that was doing laundry for in Mono County.
Oh, okay.
I remember coming to work at 2 or 3 in the morning. I walked from Barlow and West Line all the way down to the laundromat at 2 or 3 in the morning, chasing by dogs sometimes.
The res dogs,
Yeah,
man, they
yes.
get you.
Then later I had a bicycle, and later I moved into town here, and the walk was shorter. Then I worked at Car Junior and with a cleaning guy, cleaning offices at night.
At night.
Yeah.
That's starting
After being a dentist, man. That's
So humble.
wild.
That's
Yeah.
my question.
That's so
Better
humble.
here doing that than it is being a dentist in Mexico?
The answer is, my father taught me that any job, as long as it's a decent and honest job that you're not stealing from anyone, it's a job worth doing.
Yeah.
Is that what made you get out of doing car theft?
Yeah, that's exactly, yes. Yeah.
I want to get that out there. Dude, Mayor Jose Garcia.
Starting rumors on.
No, you're going to see that in the group, Butthurt, yes.
Yeah, right.
Mayor Bishop used to be a
Yeah, Mayor
car thief.
Bishop admits he was a car thief.
Admits. Breaking news.
Yeah, no, I love my father. He taught me so many things, and one of those was treat everyone with dignity and respect, and it doesn't matter what you're doing, as long as it's an honest job, you're not stealing from anyone, do it.
Yep.
So a lot of people ask me that question. You're a dentist in Mexico, and you're doing laundry here or flipping hamburgers?
Right.
Well, I'm not doing anything bad.
Yeah. It's just an honest living is
Yes.
that's what's important. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Your father was right. 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, what do you think?
I think this was amazing.
I think it's a pretty good show.
I have one more thing to
I have
read.
Butthurts.
Oh,
We
and
could-
you have
we
more
could do
questions,
Butthurts.
I
I
think.
do have more questions.
Oh.
I don't know if we're running out of time or not.
Oh. well,
Commercial break?
Actually, we wanted to give you this as a gift for
A
saying
gift?
thank you for coming on our show. We got the logo on one side and the coyote emblem on the other side there.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
one of the things that I do is collect mugs.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I have about 50 of them. And
That's
my
awesome.
daughter said, "Oh, Dad, why do you want so many coffee mugs?"
Well, now you have your favorite one.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have any more questions for me or Chase?
I can come up with more, but I'll save them for the
next time you're on?
follow-up invitation, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
The next time.
Yeah.
Sounds
Man, this has been an absolute pleasure.
This
my
has been great.
pleasure.
It's like, thank you so much for coming aboard, bro.
It's
Thank you.
an honor.
Could you do us a favor and look right in that camera right there and say thanks for watching, Buttheads?
Thanks for watching, Buttheads.
We out.
I am James Truhls.
I'm Chase Little.
That is Mayor Garcia. Yay!